If you're just joining us, good morning. This is Weekend Express. For the next 30 minutes, we'll be taking a look at fake makeup within the industry. What does this do for the makeup industry in general? Does it affect profits and so forth? And more so, what are the consequences to your skin? And of course, with me this morning, I have Deborah Kilingo. She is the retail manager for an international cosmetic brand. And on my further left, we have Esther Wambui, who is one of our local makeup artists here at KTN News. Ladies, good morning and thank you for your time.
Oh, good morning.
Thank you for being here. So both of you looking gorgeous.
Thank you.
Clearly, this is your industry. Esther is the one who does our makeup here in KTN News. She's part of the team. So let's jump straight into this fake makeup. Deborah, what does this do to one's skin?
Unfortunately, this is a topic that people don't want to talk about in this industry, but it's taking a toll. It's slowly sweeping the country. And fake makeup, I've been working in the makeup industry for quite a while now. I've been managing international retail brands, and I know the effect that the fake makeup has on the skin and the consumers that come to the store. So most of the things I'd like to highlight is the components that are in the makeup. Most of the time they put heavy metals, pathogenic components in the makeup. So it's up to the Kenya Bureau of Standards and the manufacturing agencies in Kenya to regulate this, because consumers are not aware of the products that are actually in this, the items that are actually in these products. And working in this industry, we come across a lot of people coming to a store for consultation, and they have rashes. Some of them develop acne, and some of this acne is actually generated from these products. It's not necessarily maybe hormonal issues, and to a vast effect, these components can actually even give you hormonal imbalances. They've been linked to cancer also of the skin, and also another thing I'd like to say, the neurological damage of these products is bad, because it affects also the nervous system of the brain over long-term use. So people have to be educated more about these items, because no one is talking about them. Especially when it comes to makeup, people are just talking about food and what the contraband goods are entering the market in terms of food, but not makeup.
So Esther, have you ever seen this? Because I know apart from just doing makeup for us here at KTN, you also have experience outside. Have you seen that? Have you seen where you've come across people who have bad rash or acne due to the fact that they've used wrong makeup on their skin?
Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me. Yes, I have. And most of them even, you'd actually come across someone maybe, even if it's in a wedding, like you're doing the makeup, and you'll find that they have like a very bad reaction. Like some of them even cause scars, yeah? So you'll have to, this is someone who wants like perfect makeup, smooth it out, and so they actually cause internal damage to the skin, the dermis, like, okay, the entire skin. It becomes damaged, it becomes light, because no, it can't even like, okay, how can I put it?
Do the job that it was meant to do.
Yeah.
So you find like at some point
you'll find someone getting like fake makeup.
Yeah.
Because it's way cheaper. So they're like, I'll have to go here. I can afford this. This one, it's a bit too much. But yeah, they don't know the long-term effects of the makeup.
Yeah.
So you end up having long-term expenses of trying to fix the damage. Yeah. So you have lightening skin. Like the skin becomes light, like it burns, because some of them contain mercury even, contain lead. So these are things that once they get to the skin, they tend to damage it. Yeah. Wow. So you get long-term, you went for something cheaper, only to get more expense in medical fixing the damages that are caused by the fake makeup.
Debbie,
yeah.
Yes, and it's unfortunate people don't think about the skin as an organ, because it's an organ, and actually most of these chemicals seep into your bloodstream over the long term. Yeah, so as she was saying, some products have mercury, some of them have cyanide, some even have feces, to be honest. So that's why you have to do microbiological tests to test the components in these products. But the problem is now we don't have regulations to what is actually entering in our country at the moment. We have a lot of porous borders because people are shipping very illegal means of shipment of these products. So it's taking a toll on the country because it's not easy to actually fight this thing.
What does fake makeup do to the general industry of makeup? For example, I think not so long ago, I was watching an episode of Kylie where she had to go around and find out if there's fake makeup being sold within the markets within America. And it's being sold, just like the way also within our streets here in Nairobi. There's certain streets where you know you will find a brand like Kylie's brand and you'll find it cheaper and it's fake. So what does fake makeup do to an entire industry, the makeup industry in general? What sort of consequences does it have?
Of course, genuine manufacturers are having losses because the issue actually is the demand. Mm-hmm. The demand is becoming too much compared to the supply of these products. That's why these fraudsters, we call them fraudsters in this industry, they're taking advantage of that and making the products available to many people. So it's making most of these manufacturers and genuine people who actually invest a lot of money to make sure the products are safe for everyone. So they're ending up making losses, they're not getting enough profits and all that. And also, also the image, because if somebody buys maybe a fake mark or a fake, and they don't know if it's fake, they started saying that the mark reacts on them. Sometimes it's not even mark that reacts on them. It's just the product that they bought probably is a fake.
But how do you know, Esther, how do you know whether a product is fake? Be it lipstick, eyeshadow, how do you know they're fake?
Well, in most cases, if it's a lipstick, it tends to fade off very easily. Mm-hmm. It's not like if an original lipstick will stick and retain its normal color. Yeah? Plus the indications where they usually write the product, if it's a mark or...
The ingredients.
Yes. They tend to rub off.
Okay.
But if you get an original one, it will stick. Like, the name will just be there. Like, it's just engraved there. But for the fake ones, it will just fade off.
Wow.
Yeah. And some of them are even slimmer. If you get to look at a mark product, an original one, whether they have the twist, it's slightly slimmer. Compared to the fake one has slightly big. But yeah, that time the person buying just wants this color.
And they might not even know that. I didn't know that until now.
Yeah, and it's becoming hard, especially now because the fake market, they're actually doing a good job in making fakes.
Wow.
Actually now the fakes are almost as close to as the original ones.
Yes.
So we also try our best to educate our consumers because that's the best we can do at this moment, to educate them on these matters so that they're able to detect, because it's kind of hard to start going into and cross-checking all these items and seeing which one is fake. And
So what are some of the tricks and tips, Debbie, that you'd share with viewers on how to find out whether a certain product is fake?
Okay. That's
like Esther gave the example of the lipstick.
Exactly.
Generally, what other tips and tricks are out there?
Yes. First of all, I educate the consumers to look at the price. The price can also be a hint on whether the product is a genuine or a fake. So most of the time, the fake goes for the fraction of the price. Also, another thing I recommend is if you are buying maybe an international brand product, you have to go online to the website and check the actual the price and all those things. And the ingredients is very hard because you don't want to put consumers into that constant
checking of what ingredients are there.
Yeah, exactly what ingredient, and most of them are chemists and all that. It's really a headache. So basically, I insist on education. Education is the best thing. So they come to people like us. We're consultants. We can tell them. We can actually tell if something is fake or genuine. But sometimes it's also hard for us to be able to tell that. And also look at the ingredients. There's some things that should not be in products, especially like lipsticks. That's the biggest culprit is lead, and it's not regulated in some brands. So, and people get chemical burns. Sometimes they react to the lipsticks and all that. So ingredients, if you can always check online. There's some sites where you can check the never list for what never, as in just to check and see
Yeah,
what
should not be on the product.
Exactly.
I remember there's a time that it was such a big deal where back in the States, you'd apply lipstick and then your lips would actually swell a little bit. And that kind of brought a little bit of health problems and so forth. Esther, the thing is, people go for fake products because they're cheaper. Everyone knows, like in Kenya, River Road is a place to be if you want to get fake, if you want to get movies at a discounted price, if you want to get makeup at a discounted, jewelry. So there's also aspect of affordability, ladies. So, for example, what if you're a university girl and you've got to get that eyeshadow, you've got to get that lipstick? How do you go about then planning and budgeting for that, Esther?
Well, I would prefer be patient. Be patient, because if you go for something cheaper, you'll have to have an expensive lifetime of trying to fix what you actually damaged. So you'd rather even be patient, save little by little, yeah? A foundation is, what, 4,000? That one is okay. Like, you can just save up. Don't go out for at least 2 weeks. Save up. Get one thing, one at a time. You don't have to get everything at a go. Yeah, not at once. At least save up, pole, then get what you need. Yeah, start with the lipstick, start with foundation, what you actually feel you'll need at that time. If it's a lipstick, you need to make them broad, you need to, like, you know, come out. Get one by one. Get a lipstick this time. Next time, get a foundation, get a primer. You know, slowly, just build up.
Okay.
Because even the makeup artist, you don't build up at once. It just starts step by step. Yeah.
Debbie?
Also, a point on that is, what do I want to say?
The aspect of budgeting and saving.
Yeah, I just feel like the millennials, they have a lot of pressure trying to keep up with this social media influencers, the big shots like Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner.
Exactly.
And that's what entices them to go into this market, because the people who are producing these goods, they know these products are in high demand. So I just recommend some people, like students, they can just tame their budget, go into like drugstore. There's some drugstore makeup. They don't have to go to high-end designer brands just to fit in. They can go and buy Maybelline, and even we have Suzy Beauty in the stores, Pauline Cosmetics, just local brands. And if you have enough money, then you can just cough to buy a high-end designer.
Speaking of local brands, do you feel as if we as ladies support our local brands, especially when it comes to makeup, to cosmetics? For example, if you were to go and you find a Kylie lipstick as opposed to a Suzy lipstick, someone might go for the Kylie brand more. So do you think like we locally give proper support and the full support to our growing makeup industry locally?
Unfortunately, Kenyans have this tendency. They just believe in international brands, which is quite unfair, because some people like Suzy she really tried to get into this market, and she's doing a good job. So I think for us, we just have to be more open-minded and just fall in love with local brands and promote our industry. I'm sure most of these products are regulated and they're within international standards approval. So I feel like people should just be more open-minded and try most of the makeup. And also, I feel like makeup artists, and you can actually reiterate to this, sometimes they have a challenge, because if they come with local products at an event, somebody thinks like, I don't want this product on my face. So they also have a lot of challenge with that regard. So they have to invest heavier in high-end brands, and that means that their costs can be higher in doing the service. And most Kenyans don't want to pay for that amount of money, because for a makeup artist, average, if you're going to use a good brand, you're going to charge 5,000 shillings, around 4,000 shillings, and most people want to spend 1,500 shillings. So the makeup artist has to start using fake or try to figure out a way to...
Esther, do you agree? Especially now that you get to deal with a lot of people, a lot of Kenyans in weddings and other events, that they would rather go for the international brands.
Some of them, yes. Right. Some of them do. But at least you get to, like, take, even if it's 2 minutes, explain to them why it's like that. Because you just tell them, like, you just put it on the table. If you go for something cheaper, this will happen, or this may happen. And some of them will just tell them, I have a sensitive skin. But I want to pay, what is in my pocket is 1,000 shillings. So what can you help me? Like, how can you help me? How can you go about this? So you just tell them, you just advise them. if you go for 1,000 shillings, someone may end up coming with this kind of makeup. So it's not a original product, but it will do the job. But either way, it will not give you the exact result
that you want at the end of the day.
that you want.
And the
yes.
aspect of especially women and girls in Kenya supporting local brands, is it there? Do you feel as if it's enough?
I think it's okay. As she has said, like we can at least go for something. It may not be, it's not expensive, but at least it's from our people. Like it's something local, yeah, and it's also good. At least it's meant for the African skin. And it won't have any side effects.
That's the other thing. Majority of this makeup is not meant for the African skin. It's not meant for our skin.
Yeah, let's say international.
Debbie, what do you think?
No, I totally disagree.
You disagree?
I totally
Why?
disagree. Like, it's what makes people think
the
that?
biggest thing when Rihanna launched hers, Fenty, the big thing is that she had a lot of different shades of dark skin makeup, which it sold out in hours compared to the traditional brands that we've seen that specifically go for lighter skin. But for us as African girls, we don't have. Is there enough makeup that suits our face, our tone, etc.?
Yeah, that has been a challenge, especially the OG brands like Chanel, Dior, and all that. But we have brands like MAC, which actually cater to most skin tones. It's all about the brand catering to all our different skin tones, but yeah, I feel like things are improving now.
And,
yes.
And still on this issue of now makeup, at the end of the day, the consequences of sleeping, going to bed with makeup on, be it fake or original makeup, Debbie, before I come to Esther's comment.
As I say, the skin is an organ. It needs to breathe, and most of the time you can clog your pores with these products. But to be honest, most of the standard makeup, which is good quality, is non-comedogenic, meaning it doesn't clog the pores. So it's actually a bit safe to sleep with, but I can't recommend you to sleep with them. So just, it's good to just have a good routine for your skin. So you have to remove your makeup and actually do the normal skincare routine for cleansing your skin, moisturizing, so that you maintain,
a proper skin.
Yes, exactly.
Esther?
Exactly what she said. Just I wouldn't also advise someone to sleep in makeup, because it tends to like clog your pores either way, and your skin needs to breathe. That's why at times you can get someone having a breakout in the morning. You slept without a pimple, but in the morning you come with something popping on your skin. That's still it's also part of a reaction of sleeping in makeup, because it tends to block a pore. Like it needs to breathe, Just have a normal routine on a daily basis, morning, evening. Before you go to bed, make sure your skin is clean. It's clean and it's breathing. Like at least have it.
All right, Esther, there's a problem with your mic. We'll come back to you in just a minute. Keep that note. But as we're trying to fix her mic, Debbie, the aspect of fake makeup and our very own KEBS, in terms of the Kenya Bureau standards, making sure that whatever is coming into the market, do you feel that they can do more in helping counter that?
Yes, of course they can do more. It's just because now apparently the anti-counterfeit agency, the laws doesn't really help protect, because they say there has to be a complainant who's come in and complained about this product being fake, so that they arrest these people, vendors selling all these things. So most people don't complain. So we actually urge manufacturers to complain and tell the agencies that this location is selling fake makeup, especially international brands. They can also come in to the country and start advocating for that. Even local brands. There's this lady who was launching her line, just a famous lady in Kenya, and she started complaining that the fakes have already come for her local brand. So she worked very well with the agency to try and find these culprits who are doing this, because this is a $1 trillion industry, to be honest. It's no longer a $1 billion industry. It's becoming even more, I don't know how to put it, but it's just becoming too much now.
All right, Esther, sorry to cut you short. Could you pick it up from where you were saying, and also probably attach it with any closing comments?
Okay. No, where was I? No, oh yeah, I was saying, like, have a normal routine on a daily basis. Make sure you have a cleansed skin, yeah, to keep it healthy, yeah, and at least clear from any kind of reaction, rashes, pimples, yeah, whatever comes with the effects of sleeping with makeup.
Right.
Yeah. But, and I would also advise people, like, have it in mind. If you go for something cheaper, in the long run, it will be expensive for you. So have a belief of getting something right, getting something good for your skin, just the way you'd want to look good wearing a cool dress. Have it in mind, your skin also needs some love.
I like that. Your skin also needs some love. All right, Debbie, your closing comments?
I would just want consumers to be more aware of the products they put and love their skin as much as they love their bodies. I know a lot of people are talking about fake sugar, fake everything in terms of food. Also, the skin is a component, and you've seen the effects I've told you about. People are having a lot of issues, skin issues with regards to that. It's even going into their nervous system, which is quite unfortunate. And sometimes you might not know the triggers that are causing you to have issues within your body, and it can also be affected because by this item.
And it could be that fake lipstick, that fake primer, that
Exactly.
fake foundation. All right, ladies, thank you so much for your time this morning and taking us and walking us through and sharing a few of the tips and tricks when it comes to fake makeup versus real makeup. That is Debbie Kilingo. She is a retail manager for an international cosmetic brand, and Esther Wamboy, who is one of our local makeup artists here in KTN News. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll make space for the next conversation. Animators here in Kenya. You get to hear from them the challenges as well as the opportunities of this unique industry. We'll be right back.